You welcome, Moogle. So that A Link to the Past lore, eh? That went well.
There's no lore in this game. The lore is all about Uncle. He leaves the house in the middle of the night, and he dies 2 rooms later somehow. Yeah. There's no enemies in that tunnel. How did he die?
I think A Link to the Past is one of those games where like most of the lore is in the booklet that comes with the game. Because I think it has like a bunch of lore if you actually read through the booklet. But in the game, I feel like there's not much lore to go off of. But yeah, welcome everyone. Here's Moogle. Moogle, do you want to intro yourself a little bit?
Yes, so I'm Moogle. I mostly speedrun Zelda games. My main game and category is A Link to the Past, no major glitches, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. This is a very fast-paced game. We do 13 dungeons in under 90 minutes, so we're going to be doing a dungeon about every 6 minutes here.
That is crazy. Should we tell chat anything else before we start your run? Are we good to go?
We're good to go. Let's.
Okay. Shall I count you in?
Yep. Go for it.
Am I good to count Moogle in the voices inside my head? Oh, I can almost hear them.
We're good?
Yeah, okay, well, I guess I'm going to assume that we're good. I will just count you in. Okay, then without further ado, A Link to the Past, no major glitches by Moogle in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, so I'll just explain a bit of what's going on as we go for anyone that's not familiar with the game. So Zelda is communicating with us telepathically and captured by the castle guards who are under Aghanim's spell, and Link's uncle, who he apparently shares a bed with. I've been doing too much co-op. Don't mind me. I'm not supposed to have that yet. So, Link's uncle has stepped out, and he makes it approximately 30 seconds of his adventure before dying.
That's like 1/12 of a dungeon.
So, we're gonna steal Sword and Shield from his dead body. Gonna go rescue Zelda ourselves. Oh, yeah.
So, for the people who might not, I don't want you to go too in depth, right? But like, what exactly does no major glitches mean in A Link to the Past? If you can like summarize it.
So the original release of a lot of games are kind of broken. The Japanese 1.0 release had a couple of glitches, like when a block is moving and it's in an animation state, it essentially isn't there, and you can do things like fire rod or hook shot through it. We can do that in this. There's a trick called fake flip, where if you hop into water right at a screen transition and move to the next screen before the game essentially detects that you're in water, you can swim without flippers. That to save some overworld travel time a little bit later.
So it's a lot of convenient tricks, but no crazy stuff like warping to the credits or something.
Right. There's some seriously broken stuff in this game. Glenn could tell you all about it. He's very experienced major glitch routes in this game. The biggest one, exploration glitch, essentially lets you walk under the floor, and all of the rooms in the game are connected on the same grid. So if you can pass through walls, basically just walk to the Triforce. It takes like 90 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
That's true. Bitey came up with a complete glitchless category. Doesn't do any kind of glitch, even like unintended ones like bomb damage boosting and dungeons in the correct order. And it takes like an extra 8 minutes to play the game properly compared to the NMG category.
Oh wow. It reminds me of the best category on speedrun.com, which is Minish Cap, no save and quit. Oh hey! What is that? You got a friend!
You got Slash.
You got Slash. Oh, Slash wants some attention. He's looking at you. He's eyeing you up.
This is the worst NMG run of all time. I'm 7 seconds behind. Better read.
Right. Oh, I forgot one thing to mention one thing. Our Discord server is now live. So if you are not in our Discord server yet and you want to discuss Moogle's run or you want to discuss any of the future runs, you can join our Discord and chat with us in chat and just tell us what you think is super cool about this run or super cool about future runs. Or you can tell us how cute Slash is being right now. I can't believe he or she is just chilling on you while you play games.
Slash is big baby, lap kitty.
My cat will only lay on my lap if I'm like completely still. So the moment I like grab a controller or something, she's like, nope. You're supposed to stay still.
Alright, so there's a secret exit through the back of the castle. Zelda has in Japanese. We're making our way to Sanctuary. The only speaks Japanese for some reason. Not very helpful to me. Okay, so now that we've finished the escape sequence, the elder at the sanctuary will tell us about a wise man in the village that can give us some more information about our quest. Essentially is to gather the 3 pendants and use that to Master Sword out of its pedestal if possible. We already know where we're going, so we don't have to go to the village.
So when you do these runs at the start, how bad does it feel not having the boots yet?
It's just kind of built into the process. Get the boots at 11 minutes, so the first 2 dungeons are very heavily focused. It's a lot of just tiny optimization, and the biggest one is called pumping. So Link kind of wobbles a little bit when he moves, so he moves in alternating 1 pixel and 2 pixel movements. And essentially what we're doing by mashing diagonals on the D-pad is we're trying to reset his animation so that you move pixels. It's pretty noticeable faster. It saves several seconds. Basically, have to mash pad for like 10 minutes straight. We're just happy to not have to do that. after.
It feels like that's something that would become extremely tiring if you had to do it the entire run.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a factor in like hand health and overall personal care stuff in speedrunning.
We actually got our first donation from Josh W with a whole whopping 42 bucks. Thank you very much for that big amount right off the gate. That means we're like already like really close to the 60 bucks, which makes Moogle do a crazy offer. And Josh writes, "Good luck, have fun, everyone. I love this event and all of you." Well, we love you too for donating, W.
So this is Eastern Palace, and as far as the palaces go, I'm not really too sure about any of the behind them, why these palaces they just kind of here. And they each contain pendants, wisdom, courage, and power. Unlock the Master Sword. A fun trick where damage switch, and pressing that switch gives us access to the big heat to kill all of the enemies in the room. So that saves about 8 seconds. Back around. They kind of tease the big chest. You can't have it yet.
I had to learn that trick last year for the anniversary festival, the stepping on the plate within the fire. And already that one was so tricky, so like I admire people who play this game so much because it was so like I had to learn that one trick and it took me so long to get it like consistently.
Fun cannonball patterns there. Alright, I really didn't want the Igor to drop arrows. I want to get my arrows here. We have to do a bit of inventory management about the route. So I purposefully leave the second guy almost dead, because if I kill the last two together, then it skips phase 2, where if you're familiar with this boss fight, the last guy will turn red and start hopping on top of you. If you kill both of them at the same time, you skip that last phase. Alright, so now that we have Green Pendant, which is a Hastrala's family heirloom, apparently, it proves that we are courageous enough to earn the Pegasus, according to him. And that means we go fast. But we're going to start breaking the game a little. If we spin the sword and press A on the next frame, it puts us in what's called spin speed state, where normally you have to dash in straight lines, but in that state, if you touch a manual staircase, you can just dash in all directions. That's one of the longer ones in the game. The other longer ones are on top of Death Mountain. Now we have a quick overworld chore before we go to Desert Palace. We get knowledge, because we can't enter desert without reading. I accidentally pressed A and canceled my state.
You go so fast when you do that. Holy moly.
Gonna bait this guy a little. Very mean. Now that we can feed, we're gonna make our way over to desert. The menu here for timing. It's one of the nice things about this game in particular. It's got really good menu buffers. Because a lot of things like this, I came in a pixel too high. It's nice to just have a second to look at the screen and see that, so I have more time to react to it. So I guess the lore on that tablet is you have to make a wish and for those rocks to rotate. Strange request.
Not just to like teleport in the dungeon or to beat it automatically, but straight only to move the rocks. Link should have wished for chat to donate to Best Friends Animal Society. That's what he should have done.
So this dungeon really shows off the boots. Now that we can dash, it's just a lot of straight dashing lines in the dungeon. Love how they're like, ooh, you should use that shiny new item you got. Gonna collect a bunch of arrows along the way. Because that's how we're gonna defeat the boss of this dungeon. Hopefully with only 12 of them. Wow.
Everyone's favorite boss.
Arrows are one of the fastest sources of damage in the game, and we get them quite early.
This is also one of the games where if you get an arrow upgrade, it actually does different damage, right?
Yeah.
It's actually useful in this game.
Yeah, the silver arrows are the strongest damage class in this game by a lot. They one-shot most enemies in the game. Even a lot of bosses. Bulbasaur dies to one silver arrow.
Oh, wow.
Call this room Oppo Genocide. Fine. You have some pretty silly naming convention. Because you have to talk about the room, spend a lot of time in it, you have to call it something. So.
Yeah. Makes me think of your split file before we changed it. Oh, wow.
Oh, that was so close. If I didn't miss that one, it would have been...
That was so close.
Mind, I was off by one. Pretty good recovery this segment. Like it.
I always think it's so impressive when I see you do this boss fight because I struggle with it so much.
Yeah, that boss in particular is where you'll see a lot of practice time go.
It's kind of crazy that it's so early in the game, right? I feel like a lot of, at least when I hear A Link to the Past runners talk about it, it's like, it sounds like that is one of the hardest bosses in the game, even though it's in the second dungeon.
Right, and like, you know, to do it casually, it's not that bad, but Okay, here we're gonna set this up in a very particular way to transition in, but I can swim without flippers. This saves quite a bit of overworld travel time.
Huh. Wait.
Something about the way the game checks if you're able to swim, it doesn't do it until after you frame. And I already transitioned the screen by that time.
It's when you have to perform a glitch in the game to do what you can do in real life. Just swim.
Alright, so now that we have the power glove upgrade allows us to lift those white rocks that were keeping us out of Death Mountain. These are dead rocks. Screw these guys. They can freeze right in that gap, and then you can't get past them for 10 seconds. So we found that lost old man in the cave. I have no idea how he got up here, because that would mean he have a power glove.
Or he's just that strong.
Or he's just that strong. That's what the lore implies. He was a much younger man when he got lost up here.
He is the hero from 1,000 years ago. He's just chilling on the mountain. TGH says that he also needs a pixel perfect setup to swim in real life without a pair of slippers.
Yes, how else would you?
Checks out.
So this is the one tile room in the game that we actually have to sit. So it takes about 40 seconds. There is a really cool setup where you can throw the boomerang down and dash across the room at the same time, and you land on the pegs as they switch. And it gives you iframe, so you can just stand there and do nothing for seconds.
I didn't, like, of course I didn't play much on Link to the Past before last year, but like I never realized that Mirror just instantly takes you to the start of the dungeon. Like when I used it, it felt so nice. Because other dungeons, of course, have a way to, like, other games have a way to do it, but it feels so nice in this game to just use the mirror and you're back at the start of the dungeon.
Yeah, it's so useful. Especially for dungeons that have a lot of loot. Alright, this is our first of 4 bomb jumps. So, if you spin on the edge like that, it sets you back to the edge, and that bomb will boost you over the gap. So, this avoids what we normally do is go upstairs and change the floor tiles around and fall down through the hole. Got our favorite hamburger worm. Not a hamburger this time. Come on. Taking it.
Clean.
Alright, now that we have all 3 pendants, we can go get our sword. times that score highly un. Almost. Oh.
So, if people wanted to see you do the hover, before when do they need to donate exactly, for those of us that are not too familiar with A Link to the Past that would like to know?
So, I need to know before we finish 7th. The Crystal Dungeons will start when we enter Dark World. Quite a while.
Okay.
It'll be like an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. So chat is like, chat, you have like 15 minutes to donate another $11.50. And if you do that, Moogle will offer the Trinex gap.
I will try. I did it twice in a row in practice, so I'll give it a reasonable amount of effort.
I can't confirm. He did it twice in practice. He was doing a different hover first, and he was like, "Oh, but this one will be even more sick if I could pull it off." And then he pulled it off twice in a row, and we were like, "Oh wow, okay." It's a true story.
I'm gonna take a mushroom along with us in case I need extra health. Little extras. So we kill the enemies in a really particular way so that they give us money. I have no idea why it works, but it's great.
That is one of those sentences that you can only that only works in speedrunning. I killed the enemies in a particular way so the trees gave me money.
A great out of context quote. Now that we have a stronger sword, we can slash this lightning bat. Oh, that's right. Thank you. A little risk. There's a 50% chance I could lose the fairy in this prize pack now. If I don't kill a really specific enemy in a very specific way. There's a lot of things like that that I'm keeping track of in the background, like how many rupees I've gotten, which enemies are going to drop which enemies are going to drop bombs and arrows. All stuff that I'm actively counting in the background.
It almost makes me not want to distract you, because what if you forget?
Oh, no.
Is that enemy just straight up a flying eye?
Yes.
That's crazy. He'll be fine. Chai has confidence in you, so that's I feel like in this game, when like the game throws so many enemies at you. Like I feel like when I play Wind Waker, because me and Grove have been playing a lot of Wind Waker to prepare for the race on Sunday, I feel like a lot of room have like at most like 4 enemies, and like most of the time only 1 or 2. And I see you going through these rooms, and like every room you enter, there's like 3 enemies or more.
Hey, get your predictions in. So Aghanim is going to throw energy balls at us. In some of the cycles, there's a 50% chance they can be non-reflectable blue balls. We need a number from 0 to 15. How many unlucky balls are we? Average is 3.
Well, then I will say 4. We've got 2 threes, we've got a 1, we've got a 2, we've got a 5, and there's a poll started in chat. A prediction. Make sure to spend all of your channel points on what you believe will happen.
Looking good so far. I think the max we can get now is... And of course we're gonna get the maximum possible. Yup. What a cool video game. Every time, dude. That loses about 26 seconds.
Dang.
That's how this game is. You play a good light world and then you have to pray for RNG immediately.
And you have to do this twice, right? Like near the end as well?
He's a lot easier at the end. It's pretty typical to get no more than 3 or 4 cycles second fight.
I see. So the one on the count on the leaderboard for how many blue balls you get is also for this fight then?
Just for this fight only, yeah. The refight, he has 2 clones that only shoot energy balls. It's just that they're positioned randomly around the room.
So we had
that aspect of it
we had 3 blue balls for the prediction payout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the most common result by a lot.
50 channel points. Go to Joash.
Nice. Alright, so now we have entered for the Golden Land, rather. Where the lore is... Everyone in the Golden Land embodies their like purest form, something like that. I'm not sure how to explain it exactly, but the Moon Pearl prevents you from changing shape, which is what we collected in the 3rd dungeon. And if Link doesn't have it, he turns into a pink bunny.
So Link's purest form is a pink bunny? I feel like, yeah, I feel like that I would be okay with being a pink bunny in my purest form. That sounds cool.
So this is the dungeon where, well, the theme is turtles, first of all, and the other theme is collect bombs in mirror. That's fine. It'll be okay on health. This is probably the most important trick in the game coming up. Use a very specific setup to bomb jump to hammer chest, and this immediately after light world. So if you're on a good pace, it's very difficult. see that I'm pausing because I need to get on a specific pixel. Do that twice before the bomb explodes.
Nice. I feel like that trick is like, for me, such like core, like part of a core motivation of why I like speedrunning, because it's when you play the game initially as a child, you're like, oh, that thing I need is right there, and I just about can't get it. And now you're an adult and you're like, now I can do this. Now I can get it.
Yeah, that's like most first-time speedrunners of this game, their big breakthrough moment, Moon Pearl Bomb Jump, because it's like, oh, I did something that actually game. That's crazy. Here we the wall for 17 seconds.
And it doesn't even go weep.
This is the longest break you get in the entire game.
Oh my gosh.
Very fast-paced game. Now we're gonna murder some turtles. That don't have any faces. Very rare. Also, yes, that room. You got the right idea. So this is a fun trick here. By doing a spin speed there, it actually extends the hitbox of the hammer. So we go up and loop them on the note. Come on, buddy. Almost died.
I don't know if it's just me, but like this boss has, to me, always like looked like it's not from Legend of Zelda, but from like a different game, like from Metroid or something. It just feels a little bit out of place in terms of the art style compared to the rest of the game. But maybe that's just me. But like I've always felt like it was like a Metroid boss or something that accidentally got into A Link to the Past.
I mean, it's a valid theory. A lot of the caves in this game lead to Super Metroid.
Oh, I can't believe he's still on your lap. He's just absolutely chilling. It can go back to Metroid. I think we have someone that doesn't like Helmasaur in the chat. Okay.
Alright. So, this is a very get item, gain access to overworld type of video games. Now that we have the hammer, get to here, and instead of going directly to the number 2 crystal, we actually want the sword upgrade first.
Is the sword just straight up double damage, or?
Basically, yeah.
Nice. I like it when the damage upgrade is like part of the speedrun.
The other main reason for that is we don't have the flippers yet to get into the second dungeon, and we don't have money to get the flippers. They're very expensive. It costs 500, and the place we need to go to get the money is where the glove upgrade is. Just gonna do all of that on the way.
Let's see. We have an indirect question from chat on how good Slash is at A Link to the Past after watching you play for so many years.
Slash does not pay attention to A Link to the Past and is not very good at it.
Oh. He heard that.
Also got boot. Very chill, casual. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention item dashing, which is also another fun minor glitch. If you dash item on the same frame in the first release of this game, an item while dashing, and sometimes it will have strange effects, like being able to dash through a hammer peg. Alright, so since we're in town here in the Village of Outcasts, we may as well clear this dungeon real quick, right? No, that's very cat energy. Like, hey, I'm here, why are you not paying attention to me? So the main purpose of this dungeon to contain the glove upgrade, and it also has some fun lore about the village. In the light world, there's a hut called Blind's Hideout, and this dungeon is where you find Blind, disguised as wants to go outside for something, even though damaged by light. Very confused by that setup. But anyway, we're gonna blow a hole in Blind's attic and let the light in.
Chat, you have about half an hour to donate $11 and 50 cents more for Moogle to do the Trinex gap hover. If you don't donate that, Moogle's gonna have the easiest run of his life.
Waiting for that guy to drop a bomb. Or this one. Or this one. This girl basically said, "Thank you for rescuing me, take me outside." And we're like, ha, how about a really bright room with nothing in it? Sure. Why would you? Okay. See, I would have been really upset if that guy dropped the bombs. Okay. Innocent-looking maiden enters the light. Ooh, I'm actually a bear in a nightgown, flames for hands. Hello?
With multiple heads.
This is actually kind of a reskin of the Dungeon 2 boss from Zelda 2. The helmet head guy that has heads floating around. Familiar with him?
I mean, I think we're all going to be familiar with him in a couple of hours. When Ice Blow is going to play for Zelda 2. Oh, I think we just... Or... No. Okay. Which is your favorite split to play in this game?
It definitely changes from week to week while I'm on the ground.
Does it get worse? Does the split get worse depending on how it's treated you?
Yes, yes, definitely. Usually it's related to how much I suck at it that week. Swamp Palace, I'm looking at you. Alright, now that we have our glove upgrade, we can get this frog, which I'm very confused about because if he can get in there, can't he get out too? He's a frog.
And now he's a little man.
Well, I guess he's more of a toad. These are the Dwarven breadsmith. They're smithing their bread. Now they have my sword.
You can have some freshly baked sword.
They upgraded it for the low price of 10 rupees, which by comparison, we're going to be paying 500 rupees to swim.
It only costs 10 rupees, that's nothing. That's a bargain sale.
You could get 50 sword upgrades for that price. Imagine 50 sword upgrade.
Oh.
Kill things just by being in the same room.
We just got a $12 donation from Audio Pixie that says, "Do the trick!"
We're gonna steal this person's money. Why don't they utilize all of the space in their house? That's so wasteful.
That brings us to a total of $61.50, which means, Moogle, you will have to hover.
Nice.
Thank you very much for the donation, Pixie.
This is one of the most fun dungeon concepts. There's like 10 different entrances. Very easy to get lost.
I wish they'd do this again, not just because of the how cool the concept of the gameplay is, but also because it's like kind of a spooky dungeon, which I think is even better with the concept of having a bunch of different entrances. Like, imagine this in like high quality graphics and like even spookier than like it already looks.
I feel like this is kind of a throwback to level 5 from Zelda 1. I also like to call this dungeon the burn unit because of... I guess I'm not sad that there's no Dark Nuts in the game. That would be terrible. Anyway, we bomb jump over that gap to steal the fire rod more quickly. And now, to quote Fricker, we can burn the proboscis. There's my bomb. Now we can be sad together. All of that counting, nothing.
So is it like as simple as Solo 1, where it's like, if you've killed 10 enemies and you kill a 10th enemy with a bomb, it drops a bomb, or is it like more complicated, or?
It's actually more simple than that.
Oh.
Just a chart that progresses, and it has a 50% chance to drop the item. And it never... That's until you dropped all the items.
Oh. Oh, so...
This guy is being a jerk.
Oh.
So, fun fact about this game... Tempered Sword is class 3 damage. The Gold Sword is class 4 damage. The spikes are also class 4 damage. Great. Except that Moth is programmed to not take damage from that damage class. Which means... if you spin with the Tempered Sword, Moth also takes no damage. Pretty great. That's a Japanese 1.0 exclusive, too.
That is great.
So it makes that fight in particular extremely broken. In a bad way. Alright, this is the part of the game when the team finish a dungeon, mirror to Light World, and loot to go to a different place. Now that we have money, this is the most convenient route to get the flippers. We have what's called the Ropa Lottery. Sometimes this guy will just sit on you. Sometimes he'll damage you into the wall and you'll have to save and quit. Here we throw a rock at a fish, and he gets really angry and gives us an earth. I'm not sure what that's about.
I'm just gonna give this young boy the magic to cause earthquakes. I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Here we have the first instance of rivers. Nice little... I like that they became two distinct races.
Was it in Echoes the first time that both of them showed up at the same time? It was, right? Or is there a different game with both of them?
I want to say yes, actually. Yeah, this is the longest single screen in the game. It's over. We like to do laps like Mario Kart.
Oh, Glenn says they were both in Oracle of Ages, but they didn't speak both.
Okay. Not important. The flute the fire rod altitude value is kind of broken because the area of effect damage for the fire rod splash damage, it has a variable altitude, so it doesn't always damage where it looks like it should. This confused people who play this game. It turns out the game only stores one altitude variable in, and the bird controls that variable when it's on screen. So, like, literally depending on where the bird exits in will affect what your fire rod can damage with its AoE.
That is crazy.
It's bizarre, to say the least. So, by fluting at particular times, you can control what your fire rod hit.
Did you just use that skull to damage the enemy so that the enemy got damaged by your bomb as well? Or...
Oh yeah, so this, the pegs are up after that room. So, that breaks this dungeon's puzzle. Normally you're required to go around the loop in this dungeon 3 times. We get to skip all of that. It saves around 3 minutes. Yeah, like, Plan is describing another poorly programmed enemy.
I see, okay. It looked really cool to me. I thought you like specifically threw the skull in a way that like knocked him back into your bomb. I was like, that is such a cool fight, but I guess he just automatically died from the other guy dying to a bomb.
Oh yeah, fun fact too, several years ago I was watching Cosmic Casual game for the first time, and he was in Desert Palace trying very, very hard, good on him, but trying so hard to kill the BMO statue, and he just gets so frustrated, and he's like, this is such a poorly made enemy. They're invulnerable in this game. It always impresses me how even seasoned speedrunners will take 8 to 10 hours to complete this game on a casual playthrough. Yes, in most Zelda games you can control the BMO statues.
I love how, like, in Wind Waker, my progression has been, like, as a kid, I would get mad at the BMO statues, and I'd just get repeatedly hit by them. Then I figured out I could kill them, and now as an adult, I just ignore them and jump over their beams.
Jumping. Be nice.
Yeah.
Didn't get the ability to jump until the next game. No, actually, he got it in Zelda.
Oh,
Zelda 2 doesn't count, it's not a real Zelda.
Oh, fighting words.
No, it's one of the most fun Zeldas to play, if I'm being honest. It was great.
Ice Blue, I think I've made a deal with Ice Blue that I'm beating Zelda 2 this year, and if I have any problems, I have to come to Ice Blue and he'll tell me how to beat the game. So, that's one of my goals for this year, to finally beat Zelda 2.
It's a very difficult casual play, I will say, but it's such a fun combat system. Like, it's more rewarding the better you get at it. It's a fun speed.
I really wish that at some point it would bring kind of back that, like, Link can do magic and that you can get stats and stuff. I think that's one of the coolest things about Zelda 2, that it's so different in that aspect compared to other Zeldas, where, like, Link can actually get stronger other than just getting more weapons.
Yeah, it's like a true adventure RPG.
Yeah.
Swamp Palace. Wet here. But only a little. Almost got scammed by the fire bar.
I also like it in Zelda games when you have the spike enemy and it gets absolutely stuck in like the smallest corridor, and just, especially in Wind Waker, if it gets stuck, it makes so much noise. Shall I, do I have time to say a little bit about the charity? Or do you have something that you need to explain in a second?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
This is, I'd say it's a dry part of the run, but...
Okay.
You know, water.
So, nice. Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Well, well, okay, so for those that don't know, we are supporting Best Friends Animal Society. Their goal is to stop any and all killing of cats and dogs in the United States of America. They do this through offering shelters, helping people adopt pets, and supporting spay and neuter programs, and a lot of other things. So they're a wonderful charity, and it's a wonderful cause, because who doesn't love cats, dogs, or other pets, other animals? So yeah, we'll be supporting this run. Every donation that you give helps with the care for these animals. And I think on our Instagram and Blue Sky, we have a little image with what your donations actually mean. And I think we're currently at $60. Let me quickly whip up the image. I think that's... So for $50, that $50 is enough to spay or neuter and vaccinate a dog. So it's not even just spaying or neutering a dog, it's also vaccinating a dog. So with the amount that we've already raised, that's already enough to like almost completely take care of one dog. So throughout this event, we're aiming for $1,000. $1,000 would provide 40 dogs or cats with wellness and veterinary care. So I guess that's the goal in the end, to support 50 cats and dogs with complete veterinary care. So yeah, any donation that you give is working to that goal. And I see you're already in the next boss fight while I've been talking.
The fun quick kill there.
And you're already done with the boss fight again.
You hit him with the fire rod twice before he bounces off the wall, so the spin actually... Yeah, Argus is a really fun fight to practice. I spent many hours working on that fight. Like the spiritual ancestor of Wart from Majora's Mask.
It's so crazy how Zelda games sometimes just give you the weirdest looking mini boss fights and boss fights. Like, Wart is crazy, and then you also have the one from Twilight Princess, was very similar as well, the big toad.
Oh. So Argus eventually evolves into a giant...
Yeah.
I forgot to get my Ether Medallion. I need in fire, and that's kind of bad because I don't want to take damage. Fire. a bit of a risky set.
So it's
In that you're intentionally taking a bunch of damage in the segment anyway. I think you take like 7 hearts of intent. We don't have a lot to spare.
right.
Sometimes that squirrel spawns and runs to the left, and you're just sad.
do you take one hit, or is that one of those enemies that immediately hits you like 3 times in a row?
Depends on how much of a jerk he is.
Oh no.
Alright, this is one instance where we care about where the train. We need to enter this portal from the bottom in this particular way. Because now that my altitude variable is set, my fire rod will do things that it's not supposed to. Like, hit crystal switches that are not in the same room. That was almost really bad. I have to play this very concerned. Dungeon in particular, things start to hit a lot harder, like floating skulls do 4 hearts.
That's crazy.
So do these.
4 hearts is crazy for one hit.
Yeah. But you're supposed to have blue mail here. So supposed to have blue mail, you're supposed to have net and bottles. Realistically, you could have like 4 times as much health as I do with. So these guys need to do enough damage to actually be a threat.
I see that was another room where we are watching the room move for 17 seconds.
Yes, that's the other 17-second break. Longest downtime in the whole. Even during the crystal cutscenes, mashing the whole time.
Do you have something specific that you like to do during breaks, like take a swig of a drink or like stretch or something, or just?
Yeah, I took a drink during that wall.
You just usually just chilling.
Yeah, like my brain just turns off with seconds. Okay, it's time to go.
That's
A bit of intentional damage. But generally account for only having 7 hearts at the end of the dungeon. And I take another 5 hearts of damage on the boss intentionally. Right.
Gosh.
Okay, so I put that block down in a very particular way. Altitude variable. And now when I hit things with the fire rod, they will things that they're not meant to. The crystal top of this spirit club. And same thing with this.
Oh.
The switch that it hit is in the room above.
Oh.
Same thing with this torch. Hit the top of the room.
I see. That's really cool.
It's really crazy that anybody figured that out. Not bad. It was still a 0 cycle? That's crazy.
Nice. And I guess you said you were expected to be in the boss fight with 7 hearts, and you were gonna intentionally take 5, but you ended up with 4. So, did you just did you have extra luck with getting hearts somewhere, or like how did you end up with 4 hearts instead of 2?
It's possible that fight only taking 4 hearts, but usually take 5.
Ah, I see. Okay, yeah.
Crabs are scary. They can stop and turn any direction at any time. Everyone in a cardinal direction.
And if they damage you, it just takes hearts, so does it also stop your boot dash?
Hearts, which, again, Turtle Rock. We're going to be taking a bunch of intentional damage. Last Crystal Dungeon. But yeah, if you item dash with the hook shot, also great. Oh wow, that was high enough. Only good dead rock is a dead one. It's worth it to take an extra half a second to make sure they will destroy in 10 seconds. Yeah, you can also quick dash by dash the Quake medallion at the same time. Now I have Quake. Hop off the ledge.
Huh.
Menus are hard. Final boss, really.
Wait, was that the... When is the hover again?
It's in about 4 minutes.
4 minutes, okay.
I have a very different dungeon in so far here. I like that they all feel extremely pumps.
Yeah.
Era is just a giant tower with...
Just has so many dungeons, like so many as well. It's... There's so many and all of them feel different, which is insane.
13 of them, which, you know, to be fair, Escape and Hyrule Castle are like 2 halves of the same dungeon. Count them separately. whole tube, maybe.
It's honestly the... I don't know if you ever heard of this game, but the lava combined with the tubes kind of reminds me of Jazz Jackrabbit.
Ooh.
Oh no.
This is fine, though. Yeah, we'll come in pretty comfortably underestimate. We say an hour and it'll still.
I think so, yeah. You know, that floor also kind of just looks like the beans that Myth ate this morning. Did you see the beans picture from Myth? Myth was like, this is the only marathon appropriate breakfast I can have. Beans.
I hope he.
I think in classic British style, he had him with toast and sausages. It's a long day. Needs to Ooh, the extra hard. I can't believe there were 8 bombs on the floor and you just left them there. The bombs.
Yeah, well, I already have all the bombs I need. Gotta play.
Sounds good.
This run is dead anyway. Take this extra. Make sure I get this covered.
Ooh, okay. Are you ready, chat?
I have a little extra backtracking to bomb this. Gonna have some fun and mess around for a couple. Now if I die.
Oh.
Intentional death here.
It's like a Dark Hyrule Castle. Where we go in and out of the dungeon to reset the safe warp.
Same idea.
Okay. Oh my god, you got it second try! What? That was so sick! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you got that second try. I was like holding my breath. I did not want to distract you during that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was holding my breath too. That was insane. That second try.
Second try. Oh my gosh, chat. This is what we're here for this kind of stuff. This is why we love
hover
speedrunning.
is so long.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is why we love speedrunning, for cool stuff like that. That is crazy.
I'm gonna be in all the DR promos now.
Yeah, we're gonna clip that and ship it to the social media. Our lovely Julie, who runs our social media for this event, is gonna put it everywhere.
Okay, now that we're sufficiently behind, I can still salvage sub 90 pace here. Okay. That's so...
He just sniped you.
It's my fault. I know better. Actually, Bitey specifically, I'm pretty sure, told me not to do that.
Unfortunately, your cat was...
Cats care about food and scratches. A very short list.
Where did Slash go? Is Slash still there with you, or did Slash leave?
Oh, Slash is gone.
Oh no.
Cardboard is much more interesting, that's...
True. Especially when it's square-shaped. The cat goes in the square-shaped cardboard.
Okay. Okay, I don't have to remember how to play this video game anymore.
You already did the coolest thing, now we can just chill.
Just a vibe in Ganon's Tower. No big deal.
Now that we have your hover, which was crazy, I guess the next donation goal is not after this run, but after next run, after Link's Awakening, we will have an interview with the charity representative. And if you guys get us to, I think it is $100. Is it set to $100? Oh, it's set to $125. Both me and the charity representative will be wearing cat ears during the interview. So if you want to see wear cat ears during the interview, make sure you get your donations in before the end of Link's Awakening. This guy's back for round 2.
To refight all of the Light World bosses. Such a great concept. Showing you how much you bring. All of the refight bosses feel like Armos is on ice. Always wanted to be a Disney prince.
Someone has to know that. Like, yeah, that's my bad. The window's open because it's very good weather here. It's very warm, so I have the window open, and apparently someone really wants to show off their bike, like right outside my house.
Yeah.
It's Ganon zooming up on the bike. Yep. Actually, the only one that has a bike in Legend of Zelda is Link, so it might just be Breath of the Wild Link showing off.
Here we've got Gauntlet, where on me answering lore questions. This is probably the hardest combat stretch in the whole game. Vibrant chaos. Come on!
I still can't believe they just said, "Ah, yes, ice physics. We need more of those."
And invulnerable BMO. Dude, I feel like I should have got that. Come on. I disagree. Ice spikes conveyors, BMOS, and kill these 4 guys. Oh yeah, the Cane of Samaria is great. For some reason, his robes just die instantly to them. The fun room. Too bad. This room is a nightmare in one-hit KO. That room is not as scary as it.
Moogle's making these rooms look easy. They are not. I don't know. The more I'm watching Moogle, the more I'm thinking that I could do this too. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that first try.
It's becoming more common to go for it in high-level runs. That hover, skipping the Moldorm 2 fight actually saves about 5 seconds. But it's a very high-risk trick because you either save 5 seconds or your run is over.
Is that over because you die, or is it do you get soft locked?
You like 15 seconds if you fail it.
I see, okay.
If you're at a level where you're going for that hover, your run is probably at point. Almost, okay, usually get him in 3 to 4. My average is actually almost exactly 3.5 cycles.
And time's coming up when we walk up the stairs, right?
Yep, as soon as the mosaic transition happens in the Triforce room, which I'll be doing a fun little moonwalking glitch for the end of the run.
Yo.
Yeah, this fight, Ganon can basically give you 4 different starts to the fight, and then, you know, the RNG tree expands out to like like 32 different possible ways to start the fight. It gets pretty crazy. and eventually you have to learn all of them. Oh yeah, if you spin him right there as he's warping away, he's actually vulnerable. Faster sword and higher damage. Is how I'm able to finish him off without the silver arrows. He just takes 12 sword.
Nice.
Okay. Almost there. Okay, this is the fun part.
Nice, GG. Well done. 1:29:27. That's 10 minutes ahead of estimate. Well, very well done. That was a very funny end.
Hell yeah, thank you.
And second try trying to skip, first try Moldorm skip. That was crazy.
Yeah, we got to do some really fun things in this run.
How long have you been running this category?
I started in October of 2014, and I have not been playing this game or speedrunning the whole time. I took multiple year breaks. I quit playing for 2015. I quit speedrunning basically 21. Just recently came back to this category at start of this year, and I cut my peep that was basically 5 years old at the time. Took way too long to get the 124 in this category.
What is it about this game that like keeps dragging you back? Like, how is it still fun like since 2015 for you?
It's the community. It was my first speed run. It's the movement. This game is just perfect in every way, even the ways that it's broken.
It sure looks like there's just so many like small things that you can do that are like so fun to do, like the bomb jumps and stuff. And I mean, I'm now just the only thing I can think of is the moonwalk at the end. That like that's so funny. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to shout out?
Not really. Just my Twitch channel, Moogle. I do speedruns on there. I do a lot of dumb meme stuff. Like there's a ROM hack called One Mind where you're supposed to play two controllers controlling one character, and I've done solo runs of that where I play two controllers at the same time. I'm gonna be in co-op this spring. I'm gonna be doing the randomizer mentors league, learning how to do the rando tournaments, and I'm gonna be working on another bizarre concept where I'm gonna try to play two instances of A Link to the Past at the same time. Yeah, I just whatever dumb idea I can think of, I try to do it.
When you play with two controllers, do you use two Joy-Cons, or what do you use? Because
yeah, so like I'll take my controller and I'll like set it down on my lap, and then that's the left hand, and then take the other one, it goes here, right hand, and you do mirrored inputs and you play them both at the same time.
Oh, so that's crazy. I can imagine it. That's crazy. That
I actually I finished practicing Escape in Eastern, and was only like a little over a minute behind my PB after Eastern playing 2 games at the same time. So it's coming along.
But I'm really gonna. I want to tune in for those streams. It's kind of nice because I think with your new stream schedule, it actually allows me to tune into more streams. But
yeah, I've been doing more daytime, be like late evening for EU viewers. Good time slot for most people.
Yeah. Okay.
And ultimately, I would like to grind out a 123 in this category, which is like roughly top 10 these days. But that's a project that'll take me well into next year.
Are you how confident are you that you're gonna get a 123 within a year from now?
You know, it's one of those things where in order to develop the skill that you need to get the 124, have to be pretty close to the skill that's required to get a 123. It's just getting that extra minute mostly comes down to developing the consistency that's required to do it at a sustained level for an hour and 23 minutes. So it's like you're already most of the way there from raw skill wise. It's just a matter of grinding out consistency for a long time.
Well, if you wanna watch that journey and you wanna follow Moogle's journey to 123, then make sure to follow Moogle. Moogle did A Link to the Past this year and Zelda 1 last year, so it's always great to have you on. Yeah, you already did your shout out, so yeah, we'll have, after this, we will have Link's Awakening.